Good morning. All right, okay, we're gonna have to do that all over again. I know coffee is draining down and breakfast is settling in. Don't make you guys stand up. Good morning. All right, that feels a little bit better. Listen, I thought I would start off by underscoring a couple of the points that Renee and Gabriel sort of laid out for you all to tell you just a little bit about why I'm so excited to be here in front of you. Look, hopefully you voted with your bodies by coming here, not just because the weather is great, but because you're excited about what the cloud has in store for each of your businesses. To put some numbers to the point, Microsoft's running a fairly good business right now. All up on my business in North America, we are 3/4 of the way into our fiscal year and are growing about 12.5% on a $26 billion number, which is not chump change. But if I look at where our growth in our SMB business has been over the last 2 years, it's nearly triple that rate. And in the cloud business, specifically in SMB, it's triple that rate again. All of our cloud businesses in the SMB space are growing more than 100% across the board in every segment that we perform in an SMB. And so, look, there is a huge financial opportunity for each and every one of us in the room. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we see you capitalizing on all of that. So to start off, as Renee said, our new CEO, Satya Nadella, has set the direction and the strategy for Microsoft to be the productivity and platform company for the mobile-first and cloud-first world. What that means is that we're going to take our entire base of intellectual property, from the device through the cloud to the data center, and focus it on creating differentiated solutions and experiences for our customers that enable them to do more and achieve more in every way they work today. I want to talk to you a little bit about what it means to have a cloud for business, because we've invested to orchestrate our intellectual property portfolio to add value in every area where we see customers growing in the cloud today. First, to start off, in order to have a cloud for business, you have to have assets that resonate with every human, that get them going and productive each and every day. For that, as you saw in the demonstration earlier, is provisioned through the Ingram Micro Marketplace. We anchor Office 365 as the cloud service that each and every human, whether you're in your work life or your personal life, can use to be more productive. Having that first-party asset, having that first-party cloud service that can reach out and touch everyone, enables everyone to understand the cloud and get value from it, no matter how they work. Secondarily, we believe that having a set of business applications that run in the cloud provide those differentiated work experiences for our customers. In our Dynamics portfolio, which next week we'll be running our Convergence conference in Atlanta, and we'll be unveiling all of the new assets that we have in our application portfolio. This enables you to reach out to your customers and understand their businesses and architect solutions for them, whether they be out-of-the-box CRM solutions or workflow management solutions that drive their business processes to new levels. You can build those on Dynamics using Microsoft's Cloud for Business, all served up through the Ingram Micro Cloud Marketplace. Next, we also believe that in a mobile-first, cloud-first world, it helps to actually be able to manage all of these services on all of these different devices and form factors that everyone's carrying around. Not just our own Windows portfolio of devices, but those made by Apple and those provisioned through Google and in the Android environments. So we have built out a completely heterogeneous mobile device management platform through what we call our Enterprise Mobility Suite, which is also enabled and provisioned through the Ingram Micro Marketplace. Noticing a theme here. We are super aligned with Ingram Micro and want to deliver every cloud for business service we have through them today. And we're super proud to be a launch partner with them in that regard. Finally, because we believe that while it is critical to have all of these assets, these first-party cloud assets, we realize that what you really need is a platform for extensibility, because no matter how much technology and intellectual property we provide, we will need our partner ecosystem to extend that cloud service base for the unique applications that your customers will need. We'll never deliver every industry-specific niche application. We'll never deliver every single cloud service that your customers will need, but we will deliver in our cloud platform, Azure, the ability to extend those cloud services out to customers around the world. We now support our Azure Cloud Platform in 140 different countries. So no matter how big or small the customer base is that you're targeting, and no matter how big or small those customers intend to grow their businesses, we'll be able to support them through you no matter what they want to try to get done. So we're super proud of the comprehensive nature of our Cloud for Business portfolio. But the last thing that is critical is the partner ecosystem that surrounds it all. We need all of you to build the unique and differentiated experiences on top of that Cloud for Business platform so that your customers are successful, so that they actually have differentiated experiences that allow them to grow more, do more, and achieve more. We see this happening today in 3 different areas. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the customer examples that we're seeing today. First, customers of all shapes and sizes are reinventing their businesses. They're reinventing how they talk to their customer base, how they interact with those customers through a full life cycle. And we see customers embracing Microsoft's Cloud for Business to help them get that done. Recently did some work with Grant Thornton, a 90-year-old services company. You think to yourself, okay, so how does a 90-year-old services company reinvent themselves? Well, it was pretty hard when they had siloed services and accounting services and consulting services and different buckets and different back-end systems to try to manifest the availability of the same back out to their customer base. And so what we did with them was we worked with them to implement Office 365 and Dynamics CRM Online on top of Azure to extend out their proprietary applications on our platform. This enabled them to have one singular interface with the customer to market all of their services. The results are over 30% growth on average transaction size, 30% more rapid close rates, and over 400% growth in the opportunities that they serve. 90-year-old service company, growing pipeline at 400% because they're embracing the cloud. Secondly, we see a lot of customers using the cloud to create new businesses. We recently did some work with Ancestry.com. Those of you may know them as being sort of the family tree website, if you will. Ancestry had a challenge because effectively all of the consumers that interacted with their site would simply go out and build their family tree and then kind of move on. There wasn't a lot more to go and do. And so you sort of added what you knew about your family, and it was kind of a fun experience. You may have shared it out with your friends, but that was kind of it. And so for a website that wants to grow and build stickiness with its end user community, again, this is a small company. They have less than 1,000 employees, definitely in the small business portfolio of customers that you want to go after and target. So what they did was they partnered with us to build a cloud service around big data, where they can actually take a simple DNA sample. They'll mail a simple DNA kit to your house, and you fill out the paperwork and whatever, and fill out the kit, send it back to them, and they can then proactively suggest DNA matches over 1 billion different family trees in their portfolio and create interactive services with you so that you actually understand and build out more of your own genealogy on a regular and ongoing basis. Now, look, whether you're into exploring your family tree online or not, you have to recognize the difference that this has made in their business. Instead of sort of having a one-trick pony, fill out your family tree and move on, they have an ongoing way of interacting with consumers, and it has more than tripled their business. Tripled their business. And this isn't a business that sort of was slow growing to begin with. This is a .com company that's used to high growth. So when we talk about tripling that growth rate, fairly impressive. All the way to companies that actually want to transform. We recently have done some work with a mid-sized manufacturing company called Keynote. They build parts for the aerospace industry. Never before had they been able to connect the shop floor worker back to the engineers. And so, engineers would sit in glass houses and build the new designs and next generation technologies for their products. And that would roll down through manufacturing lines. And they would have this tremendous cycle rate on having to redesign based on what was practical for their factory workers to turn around and go assemble. By distributing Yammer and Enterprise Social all the way down through mobile devices and being able to manage it in a central cloud platform, they were able to streamline operations, cut expenses by 30%, and grow their overall profits. So you can see companies are using the cloud in many, many different ways to grow their businesses. And what we want to enable you to do is actually go and represent this portfolio of cloud services, quickly deploy them through the Ingram Micro Marketplace, bring lifecycle value to those customers, and play that consultative role in growing their businesses. So while we're super proud of everything we're doing here at Microsoft to deliver the cloud for business for our customers, we recognize that at our core, we are a partner company. This company would not be what it is today without the partner ecosystem. You've helped Microsoft grow to the company that it is, and we're super thankful for that. And we remain committed to making you successful in the cloud world. I'm thrilled that Satya has reaffirmed this through his own words. And I want to make sure that you understand that we're with you for the long haul. We want to create a profitable partner ecosystem around the cloud for many, many years to come. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how we're going to do that. So we used to stand in front of you with these kind of like silos of how we wanted to interface with you: SI, reseller, distributor, ISV, hoster, and we kind of bucketed out those classifications of partners as if you were sort of one-trick ponies, and that was all you did. Look, we recognize that the world of partners and the partner ecosystem that we embrace today is, in fact, for the long haul, doing all of these services. And look, to thrive and grow, yes, there will be some of the basic actions in having transactional behavior. Yeah, you got to close transactions. You got to have invoicing. You got to have the basic mechanics to run a business. There will be project-based work, but where the money is long haul is in creating these managed services and extending an IP base out on a cloud platform. If you follow through the demos that Renee and Gabriel walked you through, it's exactly what Ingram Micro's marketplace is enabling. And I was super thrilled to sit there and listen to their presentation because it's exactly how Microsoft wants to work with you as well. We couldn't be more aligned, Ingram Micro and Microsoft. We could not be more aligned in how we want to work with you. We want to enable you to do the not so fun stuff very quickly and efficiently. Manage your transactions, deploy a service, do that super efficiently across a huge base of customers. And then from there, have that managed service interaction, that business interaction that helps customers understand the value that they're getting out of the cloud. And then from there, extend the basic services that we have available with additional services through the Ingram Micro Marketplace, as well as building out custom IP on top of Azure. We want to enable you to have that life cycle relationship with your customers. So, we sort of see three critical elements. We see you needing to have this comprehensive relationship. We see you needing to be able to service that relationship, and then also being able to attach services, ongoing services, that differentiate your offering. So whether it's taking our Office 365 productivity suite and wrapping it to support doctor's offices or law offices or startups that might want to build up new IP on top of Azure. We want to enable you with that portfolio to make customers of any size, shape, variety, industry focus successful. So we released a program that is actually aligned almost 100%. In fact, as I stand up here in front of you, I can't think of a way in which it's not aligned to how Ingram Micro has architected their marketplace. It's called our Cloud Solution Provider Program. And very simply stated, it allows you to provision and manage subscriptions, much as you saw through the demo, provide back what we call monthly statements of value. I think when they first started going through the motions on this program about 1.5 years ago, the slide said invoicing. We want to enable invoicing. Well, okay, that sounds nice. But as Renee said, the world of the cloud is about far more than selling a service. It's actually about driving value through utilization. So the interfaces and the reporting that we provide to you through the Cloud Solution Provider Program enable you to present a customer with a monthly statement of value. Yes, here's what you're paying, and Here's the bottom line costs. But here's also the top line value. Here's how much these cloud services are being utilized across every facet and the return on investment that you're giving. It allows you to provide that interaction with a customer to help them understand where they're getting value from you. And then, as mentioned as well, we enable you to provide that technical support. So they don't have to turn around and call us. You don't have to work through 16 different vendors. Ingram Micro has put a single face to everything you need to service a Microsoft Cloud for Business, as well as any extensibility you might want to wrap around that. We recognize that you're going to need third parties to round out your solutions for your customers, and we want to support that. So, hopefully I'm kind of getting you excited about why cloud. Business is growing. You want to take a part of that. Hopefully I'm getting you excited about why Microsoft in the cloud. We're growing faster than even the new guys off of much bigger numbers in a very profitable way. We want you to participate in that. But I also want to spend a few minutes on why Ingram Micro and Microsoft together. I thought those demos that were done were fantastic. You should go to the sessions afterwards to actually see it in action. We have some separate sessions running where you can actually get deep in how to provision services in the marketplace. But this semblance of having a single place to go is truly differentiated. Microsoft has a lot of partners, and we support all of our partners, but I really want to call out how innovative Ingram Micro has been. And in fact, they've actually pushed us in many of these ways. Nimish, who will join me on stage here in a minute, has been pushing us towards this marketplace for a long time. And look, I have to give credit where credit is due. This is the most innovative single source marketplace that we've seen. And it's not just a bunch of slideware, it's not just a concept, it's real at its core. And I also have to say that Ingram Micro is drinking their own wine here. A lot of people say eating their own dog food. I don't know about you, I've never been a huge fan of dog food. I prefer drinking my own wine. You saw it actually subtly in the background of the demo. They're running Microsoft Dynamics CRM in the cloud. The marketplace is actually serving up technical support environments using Microsoft's Cloud for Business. We are so aligned. We are practicing what we preach. We're not asking you to do anything we're not out there doing ourselves. We're experiencing tremendous growth, and we want you to walk alongside of us in that same regard. So lastly, before I bring up Nimish to join me here, I just kind of want to end again on the money slide. Because, again, I'm sure you guys love Phoenix and everything, but I think probably the reason why you came here was to understand more about how to grow your business in the cloud. Look, we see these 4 pillars existing for the long haul. You got to transact. You got to kind of do the dirty work to get services enabled and delivered. But the fun stuff happens often to the right, where you provide those ongoing services to customers and those lifecycle business evolutionary services that really elevate your value back to that customer. And then build upon that with your own IP on top of our joint platforms through Ingram Micro and Microsoft. So look, we're thrilled to be here on this journey with you, and we're super thankful for everything you've done to help us build our joint business together. And we're here for the long haul to work with you. So with that, my call to action to you is super, super simple. There are great sessions at this event where you can learn more about everything we're talking about. Take the time, roll up your sleeves, touch the stuff, get used to the marketplace, understand the cloud solution provider program, go to the sessions. And the best way to get started is start using the marketplace. Doesn't require a PhD. Get after it. Start using it. And then finally, engage with us. We're not here to hide behind glass walls and sort of set you out on a charter and say, go for it, tell us how you do. We're here to help you along the way. So engage with both Ingram Micro and Microsoft, and we're here to help you grow your cloud business. So with that, I'd like to welcome to the stage Nimish Dave, the Executive Vice President of Ingram Micro's Cloud Business. How are you, sir?
It's really interesting because, cloud can do a lot of things, there's only one thing I would really like cloud to do for me, yeah? So the problem with standing on stage in front of these really dark lights is cloud can't solve that problem.
In fact, Neemish, it makes it a bit worse.
Makes it a little bit
I've noticed this high definition thing doesn't serve me so well as I get older.
Exactly. You can see every imperfection in every single flaw.
Yeah. So hey, why don't, to get started, look, we use at Microsoft this rhetoric of mobile first, cloud first, and so much so that I think we just kind of take for granted that everybody is down that path. Why don't you start off a little bit by saying to the audience where Ingram Micro is headed around mobile first and cloud first?
So I think one of the things that Judson had said before, we're not only storing our wine, we're also drinking our own wine. And you saw the demos that we were doing up today, so showing you what we're doing in terms of the marketplace, what we're building in terms of workflows, what we're building in terms of service desks and engineering. Interestingly enough, we're building those also in the cloud. As an organization, we need to become significantly faster. I think you're going to hear from Alain Monet later on today about how fast we work. We do that all inside the cloud because the business cycles are accelerating. So even internally in our organization that's been around for over 30 years, we change the way we work to become significantly more efficient and productive every day using cloud technologies. In the world of mobility, 5 years ago, I probably would have told you, I didn't think that mobile phones were going to be in every kid's pocket. I know they're in all our adult pockets. Now they're in every kid's pocket. We transformed our business to include mobility. We became a mobility clients company. We were at Mobile World Congress last week meeting with all of the major telcos. So we are playing in the world of cloud, we are playing in the world of mobility, and we're bringing all those solutions to all of our partners across the globe. So again, we're not just talking about it, we're doing it in practice.
That's awesome. Hey, so let's talk a little bit about the role of distribution in the cloud. I've been in the channel for 20 years, probably longer than that, but I won't admit to more than that. And look, for the last couple of decades, everybody's been saying, well, the channel is dead, the internet is going to kill the channel, the .coms are going to kill the channel, B2B is going to kill the channel, now the cloud is going to kill the channel. Nobody's killing the channel. It's growing. Our partner business is growing. Talk to me about the Ingram Micro value proposition in the cloud.
So, if you talk about the Ingram Micro value proposition and you talk about the channel, I think that, I'd agree with you. I've been in the channel for about 25 years now. So that's a pretty long time. It feels like dinosaur years at certain points in time. But what's really happening? The channel needs to become stronger as we go through two primary motions in evolving with cloud. What's driving cloud? It's economics. The world needs to become more productive. We need to become more connected. We need to collaborate together. Well, what we're seeing is that our job and our role working with you is to help customers do two motions: create new value and migrate the existing way they work from an on-premise environment to a new way of working. Well, why do they need to do that? Why do we need to collectively do that together as a channel? Because we are helping our partners and lots of small businesses and lots of enterprises around the world create more productivity. So the channel itself has become even more important going forward because we're going to become the experts in providing business process knowledge and consulting. So again, the role is changing. Ingram Micro's role is changing as a technology provider. I don't think you would have probably said to yourself, 5 years ago or 3 years ago, that you would see the sorts of technology innovations that Ingram is bringing to you to make it easier for you to do business, where we're investing, where we're putting our people, our resources, our time, and our energy. It's moving from physical warehouses into technical landscapes. And you're going to hear, and I think you have the opportunity while you're here, to talk to all of our associates that are around from the world. So we have a lot of our global leaders. Our CTO is here, Turker's here, Tariq is here. Talk to them. They'll tell you what we're doing differently, but most importantly, we're doing it for the channel. The channel will be here forever. I think the channel is strong, the channel will grow, and the channel will thrive in this new world that we live in.
So how are you differentiating yourself from some of the other distributors and large account resellers that are out there? What's the Ingram Micro differentiation in your view?
So, I don't like to really talk badly about my competitors, but I probably will at this point in time. I think we're making significant investments. Actually, I don't think we're making significant investments. I know we're making significant investments. We are a team of over 300 people in technology. That means as an organization, we have go-to-market groups that are working, and we have people that are working in technology. That's a difference. We are leading the pack with the programs that we bring to market. We're not just talking about it, we're doing it. We're not just storing our wine, we're drinking our own wine. So I think we are very different than the competitors out there. And the most important thing is we're global scale. When you saw the marketplace that was there, and you saw the company S&P talk about it, think about when you're servicing a customer in the future, you don't know where that customer is going to consume their cloud service. You don't know where their office is or where their people are going to be. Because tomorrow I'm going to talk about how we're going to work different in the future. You will need to be able to service customers around the globe with a click. Those are things that we're not just talking about, we're actually doing them in real life. So if we could switch gears, I got some questions for you now.
Okay, great.
I think, Microsoft's been through some amazing transitions in the last 2 years. Strategy has changed, leadership has changed, you guys have reorganized, you guys have a mobile first, cloud first viewpoint. What should we expect next from Microsoft? What's the next big thing coming from the inside? How do you get ready for cloud?
So let me sort of categorize it in a couple of buckets. I think the first big change that you've sort of hopefully recognized over the last 8 to 12 months and that you'll see moving forward is our degree of openness. I think prior to Satya's arrival as CEO, we were very, very focused on Windows first and our own platform first. That has changed dramatically year over year. Our desire to provide a differentiated experience across a heterogeneous portfolio of devices, whether they be iOS or Android devices or our own devices, and have some consistency in those experiences is huge. Similarly, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum in the data center and in the cloud platform, we've also opened up our strategy quite a bit. We support more third-party IP on Azure than our own IP. We've opened up an open source .NET for people to build applications freely on Azure. So you will see us innovating very heavily in this mobile first, cloud first dimension in terms of manageability of content, differentiated experiences on devices, the ability to create this massive ecosystem and marketplace on top of Azure that will serve up through your marketplace for the channel, innovating on our own first party business applications in the cloud, more and more investment there. And then lastly, on Azure itself, the level of innovation that we're pouring out in our cloud platform is almost hard for our own internal employees to keep up with. Every quarter, there's a new set of data services available in the cloud, and our mindset is for everything we build on premise will have binary compatibility for a service that runs in the cloud. So heavy R&D and innovation spend across all of those areas.
Fantastic. So a lot of change inside Microsoft, a lot of change in the products that you're offering and the way you're going to market. So what do you see for the SMB? What do you see for the partners that are here coming from Microsoft and the way they should behave going forward?
So I put it in context a little bit when I talked about the relative growth numbers and financials. We have a very healthy and growing business that we're sort of honored and humbled to continue to grow all up. But when I look at SMB, it's not just the revenue growth, it's the shocking usage growth. I thought Renee made a really good point earlier today, which he talked about the future monetization of the cloud is not so much the upfront dollars and cents, but actually what you long-term monetize is the usage. And when we look at our cloud utilization in the SMB space, it's nearly 2 to 1 on our enterprise space. I've got some of my SMB segments and regions outperforming even my New York Metro enterprise business right now, and they're not doing poorly either. So the growth opportunity here in SMB is like never before. There are new cloud businesses spurring up out of SMB that are, in my view, going to be the enterprise companies of tomorrow. So again, that's the biggest reason why I came here, quite frankly, is because I feel like the growth that's being stimulated out of this marketplace is fantastic.
Fantastic. So let me just ask one further follow-up question. Now we're going to go off script, yeah?
Okay.
So what advice would you give this room? You've been in this industry for 20 years. You've been a technology leader for 20 years. What's the advice that you'd share with this room?
The biggest advice I'd share with the room is get after it. And that may sound ridiculously simple, but it's true. I practice a lot inside my own organization this concept I call iterative refinement. And it means that we may not today understand with as great amount of clarity as we will 3 years from now that we needed to be headed 43.687 degrees northeast of north in order to head down the perfect direction. But boy, we know we got to go that way, and we got to go that way fast. So go, and fail fast, learn from it, iteratively refine, and tweak your services and continue to aggressively move forward. So if I could translate that down to where we are in our forum here today, get after this marketplace. There's like I can't for the life of me understand the downside. There's no downside. It's not like you're going to invest heavily on servers or a data center like in the old world. Man, get after provisioning some of these services in the marketplace. Get after embracing some customers in this new world. And you know what? Iteratively refine it and tweak it from there. Go call on 25 customers. See how the message lands. See how you may want to couple together different services that are available in the marketplace and tweak your own offering. This cloud platform enables this concept of iterative refinement and fast failure and tweaking to positive accrual of revenue and profit like never before. And look, get after it. It's as simple as that.
Thank you. Any other questions for me?
Yeah, so I think probably the best way to sort of wrap it up is maybe for you to kind of give your same kind of call to action. Where do you see everybody getting after the cloud marketplace, and what would be your guidance for next steps?
So what I would say is that, in this transition that we're going towards cloud, first of all, it's not going to happen overnight. But he who gets there the fastest is going to be the winner. So if you're on the fence deciding whether or not you're going to embrace cloud and you're going to actively start selling cloud and getting those service revenues out there and monthly recurring revenue, I would encourage you to get out there fast. And the reason I say that is that once you have a customer consuming a cloud service from you, or consuming 2 cloud services, and then the 3rd cloud service, then the 4th cloud services, they're going to be a customer of yours for life. And if they're not a customer of yours for life, they're somebody else's customer. And the thing about cloud that I've learned over the last couple of years is cloud is very sticky. It's a very, very sticky process. It's a very sticky service relationship. That means once you have that customer, the customer is going to stay with you. And they usually don't switch. So I'll give you an example. How many people in the room store pictures somewhere in the cloud? Yeah, we saw that video at the very beginning today. How many of you have ever tried to get them down? Has anybody tried? How hard is it to get them down, Andreas? All of them?
Off.
So at least he's a contingency planner. That's because he's in finance, yeah? But it's not so easy. So once you've got your customer up in the cloud, they're going to stay there with you for a long time. So get out in front of it. Don't wait. Be the first to embrace with your customers and be the leaders of transformation and be the leaders of change.
The one thing I would add to that is the stickiness factor. One of the things I think that is great about the Ingram Micro Marketplace and what we're enabling you to do through Azure is really kind of create a unique blend of aggregated cloud services. So, sure, there's tons of partners who can offer Office 365 just as a standalone service. But through the Ingram Micro Marketplace, you can combine it with any number of services. You can build your own on Azure. You can really create your own differentiated cloud service offering that makes you unique in the marketplace. And then once you do that and you're providing those monthly statements of value and that consistent set of service interface back and forth to the customer, as Nimesh points out, look, the stickiness factor there and trying to unwind that if you're a customer is quite difficult. So again, I can't overemphasize enough. Hopefully you're gathering from the energy here that we really want you to get after this and that we're here to support you in every way we can.
So thank you very much for coming out.
Thanks, Nimesh. Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure. Give you back 10 minutes, guys.
Thank you.
So we're going to give you back 10 minutes so you can have a little bit longer break, yeah?
Great.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.